Missing important speed box details and updates. 1. An aeroponic speed box always needs a floor, regardless of where it is built. The best solution is to spray pliable sprayed epoxied foam, the non-hardening pipe that remains pliable for centuries, $2,500 a ton from Alibaba.com. Using slightly above ground level nozzles carried by an overhead trolley moving on the rails of the box, spray about 2 to 4 mm, which would expand to 3 to 4 cm. Use cameras on the trolley as it returns to the powered unit, for a visual verification of 100% coverage. Maximum size is 1 box by 4 to 6 boxes per sheet. With labor costs, this will add $100,000 to the cost of 20 acres for a total cost of $3.9 million. Use snowshoes in the rare case of ever having to walk inside a box, to avoid damaging the foam. In areas prone to sandstorms, use wide tracks on a sand sweeper unit every 10 to 15 years to remove the sand out of the track sweeper unit without damaging the foam. 2. The system doesn't need to be a 160 psi aeroponic system. Used as an intermittent drip irrigation system at 30 to 50 psi water pressure, the production will be somewhere around $17.5 million in strawberries. This is elevated water tank pressure. 3. A water tanker car and fire hose are now used to start the seed germination. The flooding pipes have been removed from the rail farm. 4. It makes more economic, logistical, and effective sense to use 30-foot tall towers every 16 boxes to spray evaporative cooling mist in high-temperature locations than overhead racks on the boxes, even though it will slightly reduce land use efficiency. 5. One control mechanism for 16 or 32 boxes. The fertilizer is now mixed at the pumping or tank source, not at the boxes. Divide the boxes into subgroups of 4 boxes, and have one pressure sensor for each bank of 4. If there are 16 boxes in a bank, then there are 4 valves and 4 sensors. If a leak develops, it will be reported by the control box, and 4 boxes will have to be pressure tested by a powered unit to pinpoint the location of the leak for repair. 6. Papercrete is only intended for prototypes. Given epoxy prices at Alibaba.com being around $2,500 per ton, epoxied sand, epoxied clay balls, epoxied foam, or even epoxied biscuits for wall and track construction is not only considerably longer lasting than papercrete, it is also considerably cheaper. 7. 1-inch diameter spheres of bread, baked somewhere between well done and burned, can serve as the basis for the epoxy honeycomb for the walls and tracks. This is probably the cheapest method. Cast the wall section on its side. Fill the mold with epoxy sprayed bread spheres. Heat the mold to cure the epoxy. Spray precast 3/16 of an inch epoxied sand wall facing sections and apply the precast facings to all of the wall surfaces, then heat the wall to cure the epoxy. Then, spray all of the wall surfaces with 1/8 of an inch of pure ultraviolet shield epoxy. Follow the same construction procedure for the rail beds. Every 40 years, sand or sandblast the surfaces that had been exposed to damaging solar radiation, and spray a replacement ultraviolet shield epoxy. 8. It makes more sense to use precast rail bed sections that lie on the ground without any drenching. Something on the order of 10 feet long with 3 ties connecting the 2 rail beds.